Legends, I am giving away 2 copies of Dragonflight. It is only available to NA and Oceanic users, unfortunately, no EU gifters. One winner is going to be picked from the comments section on YouTube, and the other one is going to be given away via Discord. So to give yourself the best chance, make sure you comment on the videos, make sure you come and jump in the Discord. Legends, what's up? It's Darkmech here, and welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk to you about my first impressions and thoughts around the Protection Paladin after playing some dungeons and questing content in Dragonflight Alpha. At least I did want to do that until I woke up this morning to finally make the video, and now lots has changed in the Protection Paladin tree, but we'll get to all that. The Protection Paladin has had a pretty significant change in its playstyle that has largely come around changes to Shield of the Righteous uptime. Protection Paladin mitigation is moving away from extremely high uptimes of Shield of the Righteous to other factors and cooldowns within the tree, and this is A, going to feel a little different than you are used to, and B, bring with it its own set of challenges when facing content now as a Protection Paladin. There are some new abilities in both trees. How many of them will actually see play will be another thing, but we will also get to that. So we're going to start off by taking a look at the Paladin tree, which has remained unchanged for the moment. So one thing you'll notice quickly on the Paladin tree are the nodes. Compared to other tanks, there are a lot of 2 and 3 point node placements in this tree. A lot of the class abilities have been fed into the tree, and with that comes some very clear pathways for a lot of your points in picking up the required abilities to play the class functionally and to be a Protection Paladin. There's an example on the screen here of a talent setup that I think works at the moment and the majority of Paladins have been talking about, and this gets you your Cleanse, your Interrupt, your Wings, Bop, Sack, Unbreakable Spirit, Sanctified Wrath, and then the Mad Paragon on the bottom right capstone, and these feel like very sort of funneled choices, with the left side of the tree just not seeming as appealing as the mid pathways and the right pathing. From this, I don't actually know what you'll do to flex a lot of points in this tree. You could drop 1 point from Seal of Might and pick up Spell Warding if there was a requirement for it. If there was no need for a Cleanse in a dungeon or raid environment, you could also drop a point from Cleanse. The issue though is to progress past your 8-point checkpoint, where on earth are you going to put the points? They're all pretty lackluster. You've got Blessing of Freedom if there was a need for it, an extra charge of Divine Steed, or an extra 1 second of Divine Steed are your choices here. So I don't think it's a horrible tree by any stretch, I just think it's very safe and it doesn't carry a lot of excitement with it. You'll also notice that Spell Warding is now available to Ret and Holy Paladins, which used to be a benefit solely fitting to Protection Paladin. And I actually kind of thought this would have ended up in the Protection tree, which still gives Protection Paladin that niche option. Speaking of the Protection Paladin tree though, let's go and have a look at that one. This is where all the noise has been made in the latest build, and there have been some node movements and some connective options that have been placed within the tree that actually overall leads to a very positive change. So node movements include Strength of Conviction, Resolute Defender, and Faith Armor. The biggest factor though is the branching options in the tree, which has now given way to some newer build options, which is great. So on the screen at the moment is the original Mythic Plus build that I was sort of kicking around with, but now you have even more options. Now you can pick up 2 capstones. Now I would always assume, and I was going to say this in the video that never saw the light of day, that Eye of Tyr is going to remain your default choice, pretty much standard. It's a 25% DR for 9 seconds on a 1 minute cooldown. That, coupled up with the gaps in Shield of the Righteous, is going to be a really nice button to have to fall back on. Now, however, you can chase 2 capstones. You could elect to go for Bulwark of Righteous Fury, or on the other side, Divine Toll and Resonance. This is along with being able to pick up Final Stand as well, so that is really nice options for Protection Paladin. The tree is cool in the way that you get the idea of what Blizzard are going for though. The playstyle around trying to increase defensive power via block, armor and absorptions outside your Shield of the Righteous uptime is evident throughout the tree. Tuning, however, is obviously going to play a pretty crucial role in how successful this all is. There are a number of nodes on the tree that synergize towards this playstyle. Inner Light is a zing back to BFA Azerite and gives you a 10% block chance once your Shield of the Righteous expires, making it a fairly valued choice in this new playstyle. Bulwark of Order makes your Avenger's Shield shield you for 8 seconds, absorbing 100% of the damage it dealt. Sentinel is a choice node, but this is another way to increase max health and reduce incoming damage. Sanctuary reduces damage taken whilst you're standing in your consecration. Bastion of Light is a pretty cool talent choice. It makes your next 3 Shields of the Righteous cost no holy power, but it's on a 2-minute cooldown and it's in kind of an interesting spot on the tree. I don't think it'll really work its way into many builds. Crusader's Resolve causes enemies hit by Avenger's Shield to deal reduced damage for 10 seconds and can stack up to 3 times. This could be awesome in Mythic Plus if you elect to go for the Bulwark of Righteous Fury pathway. Faith in the Light is a throwback to Mists of Pandaria in Tier 15, where casting Word of Glory gave you an additional 5% block chance for 5 seconds. Well, actually, this one gives you 5% block chance, sorry. In Mists of Pandaria, it was 40% block chance. And lastly, Eye of Tyr, the capstone we spoke about before, 25% DR for 9 seconds on a 1-minute cooldown. It's a really strong option to have in those gaps of mitigation. So you can see, as I said, what Blizzard wants to do and how they're trying to go about bolstering it throughout the tree. For Mythic Plus options, I'd go with something like this on the screen. This leverages off a lot of the nodes that you have to bolster defensive capabilities on the Paladin outside that shield uptime. You could then decide with your last points what you want to do. Do you want to chase Bulwark of Righteous Fury or Divine Toll and Resonance? If you look at raiding options, I think something like this would work. This picks up the extra damage from Avenger's Shield with Farron Marcus' strength and the extra block chance from Face Barricade. Perhaps though, Focused Anemone would be a really solid pick here, coupled up with Bulwark of Order in a raid setting, and the same could also be said for Crusader's Resolve, so there seems to be some really solid build options within the tree here. Things you're certainly going to want to obtain through the tree: Ardent Defender, Guardian of Ancient Kings, Inner Light, Holy Shield, Crusader's Judgment, Sentinel, Bulwark of Order, Righteous Protector, and Eye of Tyr. And then I think you'll just really start to work your options around that, fitting the content that you are doing. So all in all, I think the new version of the protection tree is actually a huge positive. I do think it's pretty nutty to see something like a protection warrior that has 4 nodes that cost 2 points. One that you'll likely never use because it's like 2% parry, and then you have the protection paladin that has 10 2-point cost nodes in a tree. But the latest changes have certainly led to much better and solid build options, so that is only a positive. So I am keen to hear your thoughts on the changes and the tree. If you want to check out how any of the other tanks are faring in Dragonflight, make sure you check out our first impressions on the channel. Otherwise, thank you so much for taking the time to check out the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.